Today we have a different kind of top 10 prepared for you, which we're certain you'll find very exciting. If you're not from China or a geography lover, chances are you haven't heard of the city of Chongqing. Worry not, because today we're going to tell you everything you need to know about this enormous city that's so peculiar you're going to be spending a lot of time researching it after we're done with the video. Trust us on this. Are you ready to explore the biggest city you've never heard of? Well, let's go then. Chongqing is a deep island, 2,250 kilometers from the sea, mega city of Japan, and a municipality roughly the size of Austria, and it can technically claim to be the largest proper city in the world, though it's not actually the world's largest urban area. The municipality has a population of over 30 million, and the city itself is home to more than 15.8 million people. It's a river port and a transportation hub with a very quick development. Chongqing takes the word density to new heights. The buildings are getting higher and higher, and there are high walkways to connect them. Every tiny bit of space left is used as new buildings rise at tremendous speed. The city was named Chongqing, which means double blessed, in 1189 under the Song dynasty and during the Sino-Japanese War from 1937 to 1945, and it was the capital of nationalist China. But its first name, Jiangzhou, means river state. The Song Emperor Zhao Dun wanted to commemorate his ascension to the throne as prince and then as emperor, and thus he had two celebrations and named the city Double Blessed or Double Celebration. Unfortunately, it didn't last long, as he was only emperor for 5 years, and on top of that, his wife was actually ruling the state. It all goes back to 13th century BC, when it was the capital of Ba Kingdom, and after that it changed many names and dynasties until 1891 it became the first inland commerce port open to foreigners. During and after the Sino-Japanese War, it was the provisional capital, and it became a city of world importance in the fight against Axis powers, together with London, Moscow, and Washington, D.C. It was acclaimed to be City of Heroes because of the spirit of its people and the contributions and sacrifices during the years of World War II. Before the war with Japan, the city had fewer than 250,000 inhabitants. After 1938, government and factory workers, as well as refugees from the occupied coastal cities, populated the capital at an astonishing rate. After 1940, the refugees returned to their provinces, and Chongqing became a cosmopolitan city which continued to grow since the early 1950s. The population is now 20 times greater than the population of the old city before the war. Large buildings are now used as living quarters for workers in factories and workshops, and 1 billion inhabitants relocated in the municipality as part of the government investment to build new towns and business enterprises. The city center is on a narrow peninsula and surrounded by the Yangtze and the Jialing River. Before the war, it was a city of narrow streets and crowded houses. When the city became the seat of the nationalist government, most of the city walls were demolished. New streets were built, and the remaining were widened, and a tremendous number of workers came in. During the war, it was heavily bombarded by the Japanese, destroying all the historic monuments, temples, and wall. So the new communist government in 1949 had little difficulty expanding and modernizing it. Now the city's full of skyscrapers and commercial centers, as well as large buildings for the accommodation of the personnel. Chongqing is situated in a large area with mountains, sloping areas, stone forests, springs, waterfalls, gorges, caves, rivers, and hills, and is known as the Mountain City and a City of Rivers. In the night, the city's illuminated with millions of lights and the reflection on the rivers. Lai Bai, a famous poet of the Tang Dynasty, was inspired by this beauty, and he wrote this poem. Leaving at dawn, the white emperor crowned with cloud, I've sailed Li through canyons in a day. With the monkeys adieu, the river banks are loud, my skiff has left 10,000 mountains far away. The weather there is very humid and the climate is subtropical, and for most of the year, humidity is above 75%. It's known as one of the 3 furnaces along Wuhan and Nanjing, and long, very hot and humid summers, 33 to 34 degrees Celsius in July and August in the urban areas. Because of its location in the basin, it has the lowest annual sunshine total, lower than much of northern Europe, 8% in December and January and 48% in August. It has over 100 days of fog per year and it's also known as the Fog City because in the spring and fall, a thick layer of fog covers it up for 68 days during the year. During the Sino-Japanese War, this special weather played a role in protecting the city. The predominant religions are Chinese folk religions, Taoist traditions, and Chinese Buddhism. According to surveys, 27% of the population believes and is involved in cults of ancestors, and 1.05% identifies as Christian. 72.32% may be either irreligious or involved in worship of nature deities, Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism, and folk religious sects. Well, that's it for today, friends. Now, we want to hear from you. Which fact astonished you the most about this amazing city? Have you heard about Chongqing before? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, you can support us and this video by subscribing if you haven't already to the channel, and you can enjoy amazing top 10s and videos like this one every single week. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.